guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
the most heartbreaking things idols said on camera.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cookie Lit. Get ready for an emotional ride because today we're gonna shed some tears together. Here are the most heartbreaking things that idols ever said on camera. NCT. As Entertainment chose a very special concept for the group NCT. They constantly add new members,
4 years
create
ago.
brand new subunits, and it looks like they even went to branch out into other parts of the world with their activities in order to make a whole new version of NCT. The boys from the band are really something. Not only do they have striking visuals, but they're so effing talented. It's hard not to stand. But just like any other group, even these sweethearts have been through a lot of stuff that didn't leave people's eyes dry. This might not come out as sad at first, but when you let it sink in, you'll totally see my point. In 2019, NCT had long-term promotions and activities in the US. They attended various shows, met with tons of fans, and had a time of their life. When the group was passing through Times Square, people gathered around them and someone kept on calling them BTS. Mark plucked up enough courage and said, "I'm sorry, we're not BTS." Now, that one hurt. Fans who were around them at the time started to scream, "They are NCT, get it together." And although the members of the group laughed, you could clearly see that they weren't so happy about this. Who would be right? After this incident, netizens quickly shared their thoughts on the whole issue.
Like,
People in the crowd, I guess.
People concluded that it's the matter of ignorance, of people who don't listen to K-pop and consider BTS as the only group that represents the genre. Whatever the real reasons behind the remarks made in the US were, it's really sad to see our favorite idols not getting enough credit for their hard work. We're gonna stay with NCT a little while longer and mention another sad thing the members said. Jisung and Jaemin were only teenagers when the group had their debut, and so their lives were completely different from the lives of their peers at school. Both Jisung and Jaemin expressed how they really felt about the whole situation. Jisung once said, "I have no one to talk to at school, but it's fine." In one of his live sessions, he even said that he's happy to talk to his fans because thanks to them, he can learn how to socialize more. I want to tell a lot of things to you. If you have concerns, just come.
Except for my company, it would have been the opposite. Like, everyone would want to talk to you and be your friend.
Because you're an idol? Yeah, I would think so too.
And my Hyungs, I have no one to talk to, so I think I learned a lot of social skills through seasonings. But it's not all. While filming a show with Han Hyunmin, Jaemin was asked what it was like to attend school as an idol. Jaemin said that he was going to high school only for 1 year and then had to quit. He continued to talk about how he learned to make connections and friends at school, which leaves him with regrets because he couldn't attend high school. Hyunmin asked him if he meets often with his friends now, and Jaemin without a moment of hesitation said, "I don't have friends. I don't have any friends beside my members." The whole thing was sad, and you can clearly see that Hyunmin didn't know what to do or say because he felt sorry for Jaemin. Their life experiences were different, and although Hyunmin had his own struggles in life, he still attended high school. Honestly, these boys deserve the world. Sulli. When in October 2019, the sad news about Sulli's situation hit the internet, it seemed like the whole world stopped moving for a second.
I feel like, you know, that's common if you have like a hobby or extracurricular activity, because you could have been part of, like, let's say, the football team. You don't have anybody outside the football team because you're dedicated to your hobby or interest. So I feel like it's okay if he didn't have like friends outside being a member because he devoted a lot of his time into training. So that's, I think, would be a common thing for not only someone who's an idol, but someone who has like interests and want to thrive and shine on their interests.
I think so too.
Industry started to speak up and voice their opinions about the struggles they were going through, and it made big headlines. And although many people, including Sulli's former bandmates from FX, tried to gather their thoughts and really understand what happened, it is nothing compared to what Sulli herself had to go through. She was an actual angel, a fearless woman who wanted to live life by her own rules and make art that would help not only her but also her fans, her family, and her friends. But she was met with a little understanding. When she was still among us, she was once asked by an interviewer, "What's your biggest dream, Sulli?" And without a moment of hesitation, she replied, "I want to become a mother before I die." Unfortunately, this dream of hers didn't come true and she passed away too early. Sulli was getting tons of hateful comments online because she was regarded as controversial by the public and Korean media. Small things like her posting pictures with her boyfriend or not wearing a bra would make her an easy target for online haters and trolls. During an Instagram live, 2 days before she passed away, people were leaving tons of malicious comments. Sulli tried her best to smile while saying, "Why do you say that about me? What did I do to you? I'm not a bad person." After this live, she made her last one just a day before she took her last breath. She was seen in her bed listening to Harlem River by Kevin Morby. Many people noticed that she was not her usual self. Little did we know it would be the last time seeing this precious angel. In one of the letters which she published on her social media accounts before she had passed away, Sulli said, "I get the feeling that life isn't meant to be lived alone. The world will never forget her." BTS. With the amount of success that BTS achieved, it's only natural that some sad moments have come too. The boys have had an amazing career so far, with hopefully many more years ahead. Let's look at some of the saddest and most emotional things they had to say. Warning, you are going to cry. In 2018, while accepting their award for the Artist of the Year at Mama, all the boys wanted to share a message with their fans. When it was Jin's turn, the whole audience started to cheer for the boys, and the emotions were just running running high. Why? Jin's words made a huge impact. He said, "Earlier this year, we were quite tired mentally, so as we were talking, we even considered disbanding." At that point, Taehyung couldn't hold his tears any longer and started to cry. The man burst into tears thinking back at the dark times of the group. Jin continued by saying, "But we really got hold of ourselves again." After that, he thanked all the members for staying together and keeping the good work. Jin also shared his love for their fans and didn't forget to mention how thankful he is. Although this is extremely
Wow, what a
emotional and leaves me crying
turnaround.
every time I stumble upon that 2018 Mama clip, it's not the only thing.
It's like that not meme, but like that picture, you know, where like you keep digging and there's like the diamond or like a piece of gold, whatever, at the end, and you like disclose, but you just turn around, and if you kept digging just a little bit more, you would hit it. So you know, they just persevered.
Thing that the members had to say that was really sad. Remember when Jungkook expressed his fear about the disbandment too? The maknae of the group said that, "What if BTS suddenly disbands? What could I do by myself?" When I thought about it, I realized that I have nothing. There's not
That's a valid concern, I think, for a lot of idols. They've been in the idol life so much, like their whole life, that they don't know what to do with their life if they, you know, leave.
The thing is that you can start all over at any age. You can be 60, 70, 80 and start all over.
much I can do. Whenever I think about
Easier
it, I
said than
worry a
done,
lot. Sometimes, when
But
I'm
that's the
alone,
start.
there are times when I feel overwhelming fear washing
to
over
say
me.
it, 'cause
It's
if you
so
say
wonderful
it,
that the
then
boys still have such a
can
strong
happen.
connection with each other after so many years. Even if you're not a fan, it's impossible to not feel proud of them. Kevin from The Boys. In May 2020, the Correct Entertainment released individual videos of each member from their group The Boys, in which all their members were asked some questions. The purpose of these videos were simple, to get to know the boys better. However, fans were left extremely emotional after watching Kevin's footage. When asked, "Do you tend to hide yourself from the others?" he had some trouble answering without hesitation. Although he said no, he continued sharing more of his thoughts on the topic. Right after that, he said, "I can't lie. I suck at lying." Well, then the real deal came, and let's just say it made a lot of people cry. As it turned out, Kevin is not always a very happy, positive guy. This precious man said, "When I'm with people, I find myself pretending to be the version of myself that I think that other person wants me to be. That kind of gives me a little bit of daily stress." Yeah, many people related
That's
to
a lot
him
of people.
immediately because that's something that a lot of us struggle with. Kevin also revealed that he asks himself what he should do, what he should say, and that he has problems with opening up to people, which eventually leads to not making strong connections
This
with
video
others.
cannot make me sad because I'm understanding.
It's, to me, it's interesting that he's saying that gives him stress. So he's basically saying he's adaptable to people who surround him. I don't know why that makes him stressed, though. That if that makes him stressed, then clearly the people that surround him are bad. Like,
No, because you gotta stick to a script. Like you have a role to play, and you want to be that role. You don't want to let people down because, like, for example, if they invite you to the party because they know you're the fun guy, now you always have to be the fun guy, and that's a lot to do and keep up with. Because the moment that you're a downer, they say, "Oh, he's not as fun," then maybe he thinks that they're gonna turn and not invite him anymore because you're not playing the role that they want you to be in. Or for example, if you're like the money person, you always come with the money. The day that you don't show up with the money,
that role is hard to play. Like, but that's not like a personality. That if you
that's
like
a personality. That's people's personality. Literally.
being rich is a being
yes,
rich is people.
yes, it's a personality.
People-
I want to catch this personality too.
It's just, but that is true. Like if you were rich, or like if you portrayed a certain lifestyle at one point,
then
you
when you start losing money, he's getting stressed. Oh, what if I lose it? I'm not gonna meet these people.
that is very. That's why a lot of people commit fraud when shit goes out, because
because
they
they
have
can't
a
be their
certain
true
they have to upkeep that appearances.
and it's stressful because you can't just be it. You have to actually try and act it, so it doesn't come like naturally what you think naturally to you.
When the video was almost at its end, he had this to say: "The moment that I start pretending will be the moment when I've accepted myself. Hopefully, someday soon. Please, go and support the boys now.
That takes time.
Not only Kevin, but the rest of them deserve it." Jonghyun, December 18, 2017.
I don't know. I feel like that pretending thing. I feel like it's how you look at it. You could look at it as a negative thing, but I think you could look at it as a positive thing, as you are adaptable. Like you can adapt in to be in the different social circles.
As long as you know, is that the real you?
No, you do.
Like,
You know,
you
it's
like
not the real you, but that's like I feel. I honestly don't see it as a negative.
No,
I see that
because
that's a
it's
good
like,
quality.
It's like when they say, "Oh, when the cameras are on and rolling, you gotta pick up this energy. You have to do this thing." That's work, because there's a switch. Because when it turns off, you naturally you turn that off. You don't do that for the rest of your day.
It's work, sure, but it's no different than working other work.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
So yeah, so it's work, but
it's stressful.
but
and it's hard to keep up with.
it's
not
I
like
think it's a better
rest-
skill than being asocial, or like, and you
Oh,
don't know
that's
how
the
to.
extreme. You
Yeah,
went to
so
the
I
other
don't.
end.
I just feel
You
like
went to the other
I
side.
feel like that's a good skill to have. I don't wanna. I don't know. I disagree.
Fans will remember for the rest of their lives. On that very day, Jonghyun, member of one of the most successful K-pop groups, SHINee, took his own. The dark and sad history behind this event is absolutely heartbreaking. Jonghyun had struggled with his own inner health, anxiety, and depression for a couple of years at that time. Online comments and nasty things that people would send him also didn't help the whole situation, and it resulted in the most unfortunate thing. When filming a show for Mnet in 2015, in an emotional moment, Jonghyun revealed his true feelings. He said that in the past, he wouldn't show his real self out of fear. I wouldn't want to show the real side of me because of the unfair things that people said about me. But I realized that it was impossible and tried to think what people thought of me in that manner. The never stopping hate and harsh reality of the online world left Jonghyun feeling lost and depressed. Similar to Sulli's situation, Jonghyun was a fearless advocate for LGBT rights and often shared his thoughts on political and social issues in the country, which made him a perfect target for haters. Things didn't get better and his fans had a last chance to see him on his Instagram live. During the call with his fans, he shared his feelings, saying that he feels very tired lately and that he feels like falling into lethargy. Jonghyun also told his fans that he had been struggling with depression and that he was looking forward to recovering. But his last words got a whole other meaning the next day. When it was already too late, Jonghyun said, "I have to go. It's almost bedtime. Goodbye." One of his dearest friends shared Jonghyun's farewell letter after the memorial service. Jonghyun wrote that the depression got the best of him and took complete control of his whole life. However, almost at the very end of the letter, he shared one of his biggest regrets. "I guess I wasn't meant to confront the world. I guess I wasn't meant to lead a life in the public eye. That's why it was hard." Honestly, he will always be remembered. Girls' Day Hyeri. Hyeri from Girls' Day was a cast member of 2015 drama Reply in 1988. In one of the scenes, the character that she played found out that her grandmother passed away through a phone call. At first, it looks like Hyeri is just acting and doing her best to portray the real feelings of a person who has just lost a close family member. But soon after the drama aired, behind-the-scenes footage was released too. In the video from filming the exact same scene, you can see Hyeri being extremely nervous before getting into her role. As soon as her character received the phone call, she started to cry and had continued to do so even minutes after the director said cut. Well, as was later revealed by Hyeri herself, she couldn't hold in her tears because her very own grandmother had passed away just a day before filming that scene. In an interview, Hyeri said, "The day before I filmed the scene, my grandmother actually passed away. The situation became reality, so it was very hard for me. One can only imagine how strong she really was to continue filming." The drama ended up being very successful, and it was the only thing that made Hyeri happy back then. Goo Hara, another angel of K-pop, had a hard time dealing with the pressure of the media and rude remarks of tireless haters. Goo Hara was a very good friend of Sulli, and when she passed away, it was absolutely devastating for her. If you don't know, Goo Hara was a target of verbal and physical harm, and her ex-boyfriend threatened to ruin her career numerous times. He used to verbally torment her, and when the fight got physical, she fought back. Unfortunately, this was turned against her when the lawyers took this matter into their hands because her ex-partner said that she was the first one to pick a fight. Hara said that, "He grabbed my hair and pulled me. He pushed me with a whiteboard and threw the air purifier. I also scratched him in that process. We fought severely to the point that my body was bruised. She was the only one to apologize for her actions, but that didn't stop people from hating on her. Very few people stayed close with her, and one of those was Sulli. It is unimaginable what kind of pain had they gone through." After Sulli passed away, Hara went on Instagram Live where she let all of her emotions out and kept on crying. She said, "I'm sorry, Sulli. I have no other choice but to say goodbye like this." During the live stream, she promised Jinri to live a happy life and work hard. But only 6 weeks after Sulli passed away, the same thing happened to Goo Hara and was found unconscious in her own apartment. Both of them were like sisters. They supported each other and had nothing but love and understanding for one another. We can only hope that they're friends again as angels too. I know, this was one big of an emotional roller coaster, and I don't know if it's appropriate to say anything else. If you
Oof, that was dark. What a note to end on. I think it could have ended like on a positive note. Things get better with time, guys. I would say as an advice. Nothing can stay in the dark forever. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and always, share as much kindness as possible.